Hey
Take
Alex,
another
how you
swing.
doing today?
Doing well. How are you, Damien?
Good, I'm doing great, thanks. Hey everybody, this is Alex Atkinson. He's joining me from Albuquerque, New Mexico. He's one of our managers in the Epic practice. Alex, you're not just another project manager. I know, especially, you also have quite a bit of experience on the workflow analysis side. So everything that you run is not just to get the job done within the constraints of a box of time, so to say. You do it also with a lot of care to making sure that you're doing it the right way, that it's going to get used. People are going to be happy with the end results, folks that actually have to use it day to day. So that's just a little bit of background of Alex. Before we get into it, Alex, how you holding up?
I'm pretty good. I've been working from home for, I guess, a little over a month now, which is rare for me. But it's been good. My wife and our dogs. I think it's been the best for the dogs, considering that we're both home all the times of the day. So it's plenty of walks, plenty of playing time for them. So, but it's been good. We're making the most of it.
Well, good. I'm glad to see that your guys are staying safe. I hope that continues. So COVID-19 it gives us a unique scenario, so to say. It's definitely impacting a lot of different industries, healthcare, hospital systems, things that we do on a day-to-day basis. It's kind of breaking everything out of the mold, right? There's
Right.
traditional approaches. There was a lot of rules and norms. Those have totally gotten completely shattered. So, you and I were talking the other day about what you're doing with some of the training in the programs that you guys are coming up with in regards to training around EHR systems, et cetera. Tell me, can you talk a little bit about that? What you're forced to do for COVID-19, and then what you think will live on beyond that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when we talk about training in the really any EMR, EHR space, the question has always kind of been out there of how do we make this self-paced? How do we make this kind of a user-led training instead of an instructor-led training? Something replicable, something that they could do when the end user has free time, instead of making them, sacrifice an entire shift of work to attend a training class. And I think that COVID has kind of pushed hospital organizations towards that in kind of a need scenario, and saying that we can't have 15, 25 people in a classroom working 6 inches apart from each other. It's obviously just not possible with the current situation. So there's short-term solution is kind of, well, I guess we're going to have to do this one-on-one training with everybody and just do like Skype sessions, kind of like this right now, except with Epic or Cerner or Meditech training, anything like that. It's kind of lit a fire under hospitals a little bit to say we need a solution that's going to be sustainable in the long term. Because we can manage short-term solutions, we can manage doing Skype sessions, but that's really not something that we want to be doing for the long term. So a lot of my focus has been trying to establish what are those long-term solutions, what have I done in the past for self-paced learning programs and things like that.
Yeah, so I don't want to give too many of your bag of tricks or secrets away, but I do want to mention, if people are interested in finding out a little bit more of the specifics, like, do you use a certain platform or do you have suggestions around LMS or whatever direction route of deployment that you have to go through? I welcome everybody. I'm going to put Alex's contact information into the description on the YouTube channel for this video. So I welcome you to reach out to him or reach out to me. I can make the connection in that regard. Yeah, interesting stuff. I think, what we probably wanted the whole healthcare to embrace years ago, this kind of forces the hand, right? So it's really interesting to see it come to fruition. Glad you're at the forefront of it. Exciting stuff. I see this lasting well after COVID-19 for sure. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, good for you. Appreciate it. All right. So, hey, tell me about May 14th, what you got going with Ryan.
Yeah, me and Ryan Summers, one of the directors for the Epic practice, are co-hosting a webinar session to talk about just that, on-demand training, self-paced learning programs, ways to adapt to both the COVID-induced situation that we're in from a training perspective and the long-term solutions that come off that.
Cool. I got one more question for you. You ready?
Yep.
All right. if you could meet anyone, whether it be from history or somebody that's currently living now, and you could spend an hour with them, who would it be and what would you do?
I think that, off the cuff, I would say Alexander the Great comes to mind, just because he's such like it's probably a little bit of a generic answer, but he's such a bizarre character in history, and a lot of positive attributes, a lot of negative attributes. Just depends on who you ask, and I'd kind of like to hear it from the source, I think. So just get a good picture of him and who he was would be interesting.
Fascinating. So what would you do?
I don't know. I think probably have coffee. Coffee.
Uh,
I'm not sure if the Macedonians were coffee drinkers, but probably coffee.
yeah, I like coffee. Well, hey, thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate it. Again, stay safe. Keep doing what you're doing. Great work. And yeah, look forward to hanging out with you as soon as this thing all blows over. So
Sounds good, Damien. I appreciate it.
thanks. Take care.
You too.